Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let's start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very happy to be with all of you this morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. And I'll be even more happier if you all agree to show up. You show up, then I'll be really happy. So it's really amazing being in Calgary. In the sense it's always raining. There's a lot of Sankirtan happening. So there's always a lot of rains here. Yeah. We are not able to do Sankirtan outside, but definitely we are able to have a lot of Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, meeting with many Vaishnavas here in this Calgary Dham. Hare Krishna. So, we are at the last shloka of this chapter, Haribo. Successfully, we are about to complete one chapter. So it is one milestone that we are going ahead. And Srimad Bhagavatam in total has how many chapters? You have any idea? 335. Yeah, there's many chapters. 335 chapters are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, out of which we have started and we made a beginning. So thank you all very much for supporting this wonderful cause of Nityam Bhagavad Sevya. We're coming every day and discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. So I just wanted to ask all of you a question, a quick one. According to you, what is Dharma? Do not give me translation. Okay? Translation, even I know. And I know that you all also know. So I don't want translation. I want meaning. So you can all put it in your chat. What is Dharma? Follow of rules or shastras. Okay, following some rules and shastra. Okay, following some rules given in the scriptures is dharma. Not bad. Doing your duties. Yeah, that's a very nice word. Duty. Righteousness. Again, a very brilliant word. Actual nature. We're going to get to this. That abides by the rules made by Lord. Very nice. Irreplaceable nature. Excellent. We are getting intrinsic property of something. Very good. You're all correct. Nobody's wrong. Yes, whatever Krishna says, yes, that is Paradharma. Okay, right. So you've all very wonderfully given the definition of Dharma. Dharma. What is Dharma? In one line, Dharma is something, you're all right, but Dharma is something which can never leave you. Dharma is something which makes you, and that's something that never leaves you. Right? So that is called as Dharma. That which never leaves you. You cannot give up. So if that's the meaning of Dharma, then what exactly is our Dharma then? Dharma is something that never gives us up. Then what is our Dharma? Wait a minute. We are not the body, we are the soul. So now tell me, what is our Dharma? That which we cannot give up. Okay? To serve? Correct. Everybody is serving somebody. We cannot give up service. Service we must do. So to serve, okay. And one more word. One more word. To serve is perfect. To be servant of Krishna and devotees, to be faithful to Krishna and devotees, you're all right. Mindfulness in thoughts and actions. Okay? But to serve is a dharma of the soul. Yeah, to serve the Lord is the ultimate dharma, but to serve is a dharma, it's a property. And another thing is to love. So dharma means to love and serve. So when we talk about loving and serving, that is actually the property of the soul, to love and serve. Okay? Now, given that we know this property, let's go to today's verse. Because so far, what has happened? So far, 5 questions have been asked. Yes, the sages of Naimisharanya have posed 5 questions to Suta Goswami. We'll just quickly recap. The first question is, what is the ultimate good? The second question is, what is the essence of all scriptures? The third question is, why Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki? Question number 4, they want to hear about all the Leela avatars. And question number 5 is, they want to hear about all the other incarnations connected to the creation, which can refer to Guna avatars or Purusha avatars, etc. So now in this particular shloka, they are going to pose their question number 6, the final question of this chapter. And basis on these 6 questions, we are going to have the second and third chapter of the first canto. Right? All these 6 questions. Okay, let us go to this verse. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtha Madunopete Dharmahakam Sharanagataha. Okay, so what exactly? Bruhi. Bruhi means to speak. Please tell us. Please tell us, because what has happened now is Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not Krishna, here is called as Yogeshwari. Where else Krishna is called as Yogeshwar? Lord of all mystics, the master of all yogas is Yogeshwara. Where else Krishna is called? Any idea? Yes, in the last verse of the 18th chapter. That's where Sanjaya says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Parthadan Urdara Tatra Sri Vijayor Bhutir Dhruvani Tirma. So that's what Sanjaya addresses Krishna as Yogeshwara. There's a difference between Yogesh and Yogish. Yes. Krishna is called as Yogesh. He's the Lord of all mystic powers. And Yogesh is Shiva. Yes. So among all the yogis, he is the best. That's what it means. But who is the master of all mystic powers? That is Yogesh. So even Shiva gets mystic power from Krishna. Yes. So Krishna is called here as the Lord of all mystic powers. There are many siddhis. There are totally 18 siddhis. Ashta siddhi we hear. But apart from that also, the Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, chapter number 15, there are many more opulences mentioned, yogic powers. Correct? Brahmanye Dharma Varmani. Now Krishna is described more. Krishna is described as, first of all, Yogeshwar, master of all the mystics. Number 2, he is described as Brahmanye. Brahmanye means Krishna is the absolute truth. Brahmanye, he is the supreme Brahman. Even Arjuna many times addresses Krishna as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Parvitram, Paramam Bhavan. And number 3, Krishna is addressed as Dharma Varmani, which means he is the one who is the protector of Dharma. Yes, he protects Dharma. He guards Dharma, and that's one of the objectives of why Krishna comes. Yes, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Dushkritam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. To protect Dharma is a very essential function of Krishna. Yes. Now, see here. Swam Kashtam. I understood. We all know this very clearly. Yes, we have read the headlines in newspapers and it's very clearly evident. Swam Kashtam. Krishna has gone back. They never say, see, please see here, nobody says Krishna is dead. There's a wrong interpretation in one of the so-called atheistic Puranas. Yes, because with the advent of Kali, people have manufactured even more Puranas. Can I have some more videos, please, for those whom it's possible? You can turn on, not turn, don't turn off, turn on. Yeah, correct. If possible, please turn on. It'll be really nice. Swam Kashtam, he has gone back to his own abode. So now their question is, Krishna is the Yogeshwara. Krishna is Brahman. Krishna is Dharma Varman. Especially the question is regarding protection of Dharma. So nowadays, Adunopete, nowadays, Dharmam kam sharanam gatah. Where has Dharma taken shelter? Dharma kam sharanam gatah. Where has Dharma taken shelter of? Where can we find Dharma? So when Krishna was there, it was very obvious. Because we are all used to it. We all have lived in that era where Krishna was there on the planet. Now Krishna has gone to his abode. He's there, he's everywhere. But the embodied Dharma is Krishna. He was there, he was the protector of Dharma. And we just saw how he exterminated the Kauravas and put the virtuous Pandavas to take charge of this world. So we know that. He is the one who's protecting and upholding Dharma. But now that he is gone, where is Dharma? Where can we find Dharma? This is a very valid question. So they're very much interested to know answer to this question. Dharma kam sharanam gata. So what is question number 6? Where is Dharma now? So this question is valid for all of us also? Yes, it's valid for all of us. It's not just valid for those sages. It's valid for each and every one of us to find out where can we find Dharma. Yes, and where they mean Dharma means Dharma that Krishna has given. Dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Not any kind of fitting Dharma, the real Dharma. Where is it? Translation. Since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. Okay. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The question is, where is Dharma? So before understanding where is Dharma, it's very important for us to understand what is Dharma. So Prabhupada explains what is Dharma. And this is how we started our discussion today, right? By understanding. And you all gave very nice answers. And all these answers are there in Prabhupada's purpose. Religion consists of the prescribed codes enunciated by the personality of Godhead himself. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam na vai vidur rishyo na pideva na siddhya mukhya suramanishya uto nu vidyadhara charanadaya. So this particular shloka comes in the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, where very clearly Yamaraj says, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranam. Whatever Krishna says is dharma. Now I would like to ask all of you a question. A question. Please be attentive and please participate. That's a request. I want to ask you, I want to know some examples, some situations, something that Krishna said, something that Krishna did, something that Krishna made his devotees do. You getting it? That actually may not appear dharma in the modern context or in the worldly sense, but it's still dharma. Any examples? Let me see. Devotees are going to have very wonderful examples coming up. I'm all excited to read what's there on your chats. So please go ahead. Killing of Karna, yes. Killing of Karna. So one may say, why God, Karna wasn't ready. And Krishna told her, Arjuna was waiting. Krishna said, why are you waiting? He said he is not on his chariot, nothing. He can defend himself. He's holding a wheel. If he wants, he can defend, just kill him. Arjuna didn't even think, he just killed him. Finished. Because that is dharma. Krishna is told it is dharma. Next. Rasalila. One may say, oh, Rasalila, how can a person dance with other ladies who are not his wives? Hare Krishna. We have to understand this very clearly that everybody's Prakriti, that is the ultimate Dharma. And we are all supposed to be doing Ras Leela with Krishna because you are all Prakriti. He is the only Purusha. Ashwatthama's death. Ashwatthama did not die. He's still there. He's going to be Vyasdev in the next Kali Yuga. He's meditating and repenting. Ashwatthama didn't die, but the way Ashwatthama was treated. Well, in fact, Krishna told Arjuna to kill him immediately, but Arjuna did not kill him. He understood we say the read between the lines. So he understood that and he did not kill. He in fact brought him in front of, let us take him. We'll take him somewhere and let's see. Telling Yudhishthira to lie, yes, that is dharma. Drona's death, that is dharma. Stealing butter, oh, what is butter actually? Why does Krishna steal butter? We should take a separate class on this. That is the love of gopis that he was stealing. Using Shikandi to help defeat Bhishma, that Bhishma they only suggested. Krishna, Arjuna, and Yudhishthira, they were having a strategic meeting. This Bhishma is becoming a very big challenge, a very big thorn. What to do? Krishna tells Yudhishthira, Arjuna, go to Bhishma and ask what to do. And Bhishma, when they went to Bhishma, Bhishma said, yes, what do you want? They said, we want to know how to kill you. Bhishma said, great. I was waiting when you guys will come. I'll tell you what to do. Yes, he was very happy. So, yeah, that was also done. Ask Arjuna to burn Khandiv 1. Yes, Khandoprasth. Getting fear of Yashoda Maya. Yeah, what is this? This is actually bewildering. Kidnapping Rukmini. Yes, kidnapping Rukmini. That is allowed actually. Rakshas Viva. Many Kshatriyas would do that. Making Arjuna ready to fight against his relatives. Yeah, this is instigator. A person who is a cunning diplomat and an instigator. He's a manipulator. Okay, fine. Tricking Duryodhana when he was going to Gandhari. Yeah, wear your clothes. Now cover your lower part of the body. That's what he said. Okay, suggested Arjuna that Arjuna was Duryodhana for 5 arrows. That is not immorality, that is Krishna's intelligence, cleverness. But anyway, many of you got very nice answers. So ultimately, Krishna says something that is dharma. And if you look at in Vrindavan, that's what they did. Especially the Govardhan Leela, that particular pastime of Krishna lifting the Govardhan. What happens before that? There was a very, very big ceremony called as Indra Puja. And who started the Indra Puja for where? There is nothing called Indra Puja in Shastra. Then they say, oh, this is our parampara. And what does Krishna do? Krishna says, instead of worshipping Indra, worship Govardhan. And they just followed as it is. For them, whatever Krishna says is dharma. Whatever pleases Krishna is dharma. Correct? So devotees are very happy just to do that. Please Krishna, that is dharma. We are not bothered about anything else. Correct? So this is the mood of Vrindavan. Next. Lord, the protector of dharma. Brahmanya dharma varmani. So dharma varmani, the protector of dharma. So whenever there is gross misuse or neglect of the principles of religion, the Supreme Lord appears himself to restore religious principles. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Yes. Varitranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya. Artha means the purpose. Dharma samstapana is to protect, defend, or to re-establish religion. Can you give one example? Many examples. We can give many examples. When Krishna appeared, for what purpose? To restore dharma. Examples. Krishna, it may be any incarnation of Krishna. To save Prahlad Maharaj, that is Paritranaya Sadhuna. It is not Dharma Samstapanartha. You want to Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Dushkritam. That is protecting the devotees and annihilating the demons. That he did. Dharma Samstapan. Difficult? Try. Don't worry. Keep trying. Yes. Buddha is the example. Buddha is the example. What did he do? He came, he understood because There was misuse of the Vedic principles. The Brahmanas were misusing the Vedas to perform some sacrifices, to kill the animals, eating their flesh and drinking blood, considering, oh, this is given in Vedas. If that's the case, give up the authority of Vedas, ahimsa paramo dharma. The purpose for which Buddha did this is for what? In order to save the poor and innocent animals. He did that because there was a gross misuse and neglect of religious principles. Next, neglect of religious principles, Kalki comes. Yes, Kalki comes to establish Dharma again. The devotees are empowered. Parshuram killing Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas have become, that is also a good example. Kshatriyas have become totally out of control. The Kshatriyas have become autonomous, rebellious, independent of the Brahmanical authority. And thus, as a result, what had happened? As a result of this, Parshuramji had to come and he annihilated 21 generations of Kshatriyas just to ensure the Brahmanical ruin remains. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hari Hari, even when he saw what was happening, there was thorough misunderstanding of Shastras, total misunderstanding of scriptures, and it was a very chaotic scene. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to establish the Sankirtan movement. Killing Kamsa to save Devaki's Vinashaya Dushkritam. Stop puja of Indradev and do Bhutan puja. This is the example which I just gave, but this is also correct. Krishna establishes proper dharma and corrected Indra. He burst that bubble of false ego of Indra. He did that. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, where is dharma? So, although this answer is going to be given in the first canto, third chapter, 43rd verse, it's towards the end of the third chapter because this is the last question. It is going to be answered in the end of the third chapter of the first canto. As I already said, that these six questions will form the base for the next two chapters. Right? So, where is dharma? Here, the sages of Naimisharanya are inquiring about these principles. The reply to this question is given later. So, Prabhupada is very compassionate. He doesn't know, he's not sure whether this fellow will go later or not. Will this person survive? So, Prabhupada does this many times. Even in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, although there is discussion of Dhyan Yoga, later on, almost 30-35 verses later, Arjuna is going to say, oh Krishna, this system of yoga that you have mentioned is not practical for me. It is in fact not practical for anyone in Kali Yuga. Arjuna is going to say that there. But Prabhupada, right in the first verse of 6th chapter, tells very clearly this system of yoga is not practical. Don't do this. Don't try this. Please chant Hare Krishna. This is the system mentioned for all of us. Chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He makes it very clear. Because there is no guarantee the reader will go ahead or not. So he makes it very clear. So Prabhupada is giving the answer. Where is Dharma taken shelter? The Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental sound representation of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus it is the full representation of the transcendental knowledge and religious principles. So where is Dharma taken shelter? Dharma is taken shelter, but Dharma never left the shelter of Krishna. It is just that Krishna has appeared as Srimad Bhagavatam. This will be clarified. We will discuss more. And that is why we have to come in contact with this particular literature every day. When do we become materialistic? When we come in contact with matter. And when do we become spiritual? When we come in contact with the sadhus, the shastras, the sankirtan. Yes. So it is, we have to increase our contact with the sankirtan and the Srimad Bhagavatam. This contact has to be increased. And to that degree, we increase the contact, we will develop ourselves. So there was one speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, he spoke very amazingly. He said that what is our situation? Our situation is like that of a helpless child. And that's the mood in which we are supposed to sing the kirtan or chant the holy name that Prabhupada has always told us. Prabhupada says, just like a child cries for the mother. Prabhupada says that, right? A child crying for the mother. Like that, we have to chant the holy name. So, but where will we get the strength to cry? So, Srimad Bhagavatam is that milk, the nourishment the supplement which we take every day, we get that strength to cry for uh, Krishna in our kirtan, in our chanting. All right. So thus it's very, very important that we come every day and we have this Nityam Bhagavad Sevya. Every day we get the strength so we can cry. Okay. And then one devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we want to know what if we don't feel like crying, we don't cry. Prabhupada said, if you don't cry, then cry that you cannot cry. Yes. So what gives us the strength for that is Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, I'd like to pause here. It was a short purport, but we can have some questions. There were some questions pending even yesterday, so I would like to welcome those questions as well. Pending questions, all varieties of questions to be taken, devotees can ask. If you have a comment, you can make a comment. You want to add something, you're most welcome. Please participate. Her Grace Nanda Mohini Mataji.
Hi Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Prabhu, question from the yesterday's class. You had a very good point that about the kids' education. The kids have to be in Gurukul. But Prabhu, the kind of place we live, finding Gurukul is the rarest thing.
Yeah. So that's why we have to find a cool guru.
Yeah.
If you can't
We have
find guru,
you.
find a cool guru. Yeah.
So Prabhu, how to take like I'm really how to take it practically into consideration. Like, of course the kids are doing, but just to make sure that they are on the right track. They're not sometimes I feel uh, parents put so much pressure and our children live such duplicit lives. They have to act very different in the schools, act very different at home, act 100% differently when they're among devotees. They live very, very different life. And how do we know, like, were the kids liking it or not?
That is why it's very important. Parents have a job, definitely. The task of parents, this is my humble understanding. See, this is not my field. I'm not a grahastha. But whatever limited experience I have with dealing with devotees and my genuine concern for our community and actually the whole world, I would like to speak something. The parents have a major role. The Chanakya Pandit, he's given the statement. He makes it very clear. Lalayet panchavarshani dashavarshani taniyet prapte tu shodashe putre putram mitravadacharit. That's the principle he's given for parenting. First 5 years, very deep love and care. From the age of 6 to 15, one has to chastise and, discipline the child. And after attaining the 16th year, the child becomes a good friend. So that is the principle. This is a very basic principle of parenting, which Prabhupada would quote very often from Chanakya Pandit. Right? Number two, in my humble understanding, what does again Shastra talk about parenting? Gurur na sasyat, swajano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat. You cannot be a mother or father till you deliver your children from na moksheta samupeti mrityum, deliverance from this material world. That's the goal of parenting. That our child should not, this is the last human birth, this is the last birth the child should take. After this is the last birth, after this, the child should go back to Godhead. That is the end goal we want to meet. Okay, so principle is clear, the goal is clear. Now, what can the parents mainly do? The major contribution of parents, in my humble opinion, is three things. Number one, be very good devotees themselves. Be a good example. Good example in their sadhana, good example in their dealings, good example in their seva, and good example in the parental care. Number two, parents are a heavy, very amazing contributors in terms of creating the conducive atmosphere at home so that the child becomes Krishna conscious. Look at Gaur Mohan De and his wife Rajini, the parents of our Prabhupada. Abhay remembers, Prabhupada remembers, he used to get up, he used to see his parents doing, worshipping Radha Govind Dev. That's how he saw them. Right? So they created that atmosphere right from beginning. So he saw his parents doing kirtan, worshipping the deity of Radha Govind, inviting sadhus home for prasad, and begging blessings from the sadhus. Let my son become a devotee of Radharani. So these are his memories. And the third thing that the parents do is to connect the children to a proper mentor where they get that inspiration. Up till the child is attaining the age of, the teens, the child should be going to, the mentor has to be a Mataji, a senior Mataji. Even if you're a boy or a girl, it has to be a senior Mataji who's very compassionate and who is training them very wonderfully in terms of Krishna conscious education, Mahabharata, Ramayana, shlokas, stories, these things. And we need to create that contact. And after that, we have to ensure that we have some very nice, preferably when the child attains some age like 15, 16. If it's a son, get them in contact with some very bona fide sadhu. It can be a grihastha and it can also be a brahmachari. There's no problem. Parents should not be afraid, oh, we connect our son to a brahmachari, he will also become brahmachari. No, that doesn't happen. Till the time that it is destined, it will not happen. Or the person doesn't want, it won't happen. So connect. We have to make that connect. The parents should pass on the child for spiritual care to a guru because they are meant to do that job. That is their job. We do our job, which I just mentioned. This is my humble experience, I can say, based on the principle and the end goal. Because children, after some time, because they watch, familiarity breeds contempt. They will not listen to parents. It will happen. But same thing somebody else tells from outside, they will immediately follow. You have experience? Yeah. So they need an alternate inspiration, which has to be given at the right time. So this is my humble understanding. I'm not a child specialist, expert, or ISKCON child ministry anywhere. This is not my field. I deal with people from 18 to 30 boys. That's it. That is my area of mentoring. That's my only area. Unmarried boys, 18 to 30. This is my field of operation. I'm not expert at anything else. I serve. I try. If somebody else comes, I try my best to serve or to redirect them somewhere where they will get better service. But this is my field of operation. Yes.
Well, Prabhuji, I would just like to support that statement about the 3 points that you mentioned. You know those two Kirtaniyas, Yogi and Anandamurti?
No.
Oh, okay. So they are with BB Govinda Swami, and I think Naina Mataji probably knows them. So they grew up both in an environment where both the parents were, all the 3 steps were being met. And they grew up in different parts of the world, like in Switzerland and Germany. And now they are avid devotees, both strongly established and doing kirtan like all over the world. So it just reminded me of them.
Okay. Thank you. So you've seen this happening. Yes.
Yes.
Children may not become famous. Are they famous? Really famous?
Yes, Prabhuji, they are quite famous actually.
Okay. Okay.
I'll share a couple of kirtans of theirs.
Okay. Thank you. So if that's not the goal to be famous, the goal is to be good devotees. So good devotees, if they're sticking to 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, they want to serve in the mission of Srila Prabhupada in whatever humble way. And also at the same time, that is more important. Yes. I don't know these good souls, but nevertheless, our goal should be that they should follow the standard that Prabhupada has taught. And they own this movement, considering this movement to be their home. That's a success. Because these Grihastha's children are the future of ISKCON actually. Because they're trained right from day. Is there any other opportunity? Would we get people who are right from day zero, they are actually having the Krishna conscious environment. So taking care of them is the most important aspect of spiritual life, of our movement. Because these devotees, they have seen from the beginning. They become really powerful. I've even seen children who came to Krishna consciousness when they were quite ill, maybe at 6, 7, when that's the time their parents got connected. Even they become very powerful because Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumara Macharit Pragnya, 5th, 6th years of life, you need to start bhakti. I've seen such very good examples also. I'm not mentioning names here, but I've seen even they become powerful. So earlier the better. And if it's from the birth, it's the best. Because I have a statement from Prabhupada. I'll just show you that statement. Many times. Yeah, so this particular statement exactly one. There are many, many lines here. Control of the mind from very beginning, Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada mentions there, I'm not able to get that exactly, but yeah, one thing that Prabhupada is writing here is it is very difficult for a person to control the mind. But if from the beginning one is trained in Krishna consciousness, is that sixth chapter? I'll try. Just last, give me one chance. Sixth chapter, seventh verse. If you find that, yeah, seven. It's difficult to control the mind, he says, but from the beginning, if you have engaged in the Krishna consciousness, then it is very easy. Prabhupada is written from the beginning many times, know what to do. Yeah. So that's what he says. From the beginning, one should be trained in Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Devi
Dandavat
Chakra.
Pranam.
Yes.
Thank you for this class. Can I ask you a question, Prabhuji, just for more clarity? You mentioned Dharma is something that can never leave you. It's what makes who you are. And so you will never give it up, because sometimes I feel like we're in a phase of life where we don't really know who we are. We're still trying to learn who we are. So how do we know what is our Dharma? Maybe we do act on gut instincts and we do certain things, but maybe they're not necessarily the right thing to do. So could you give guidance on that? Like, how do you really know what is your Dharma when you're in a state where you're not really sure?
Yeah. So that is where Bhaktivedanta Thakur has written a very amazing book called Jaiva Dharma. So that talks about Nitya Dharma and Naimittika Dharma. Nitya Dharma is actually the nature of the soul, which is to love and serve Krishna and his devotees. But what is also important, because we are not the body, but we are in this body. So we also have Naimittika Dharma, the duties that we need to take into consideration while we are performing sadhana bhakti and we are there in this material world. Right? And one of the most easiest way to address your question is a devotee should perform sadharma pricha, which means inquiring about one's duty. And this is done by even experts. Arjuna was also doing the same thing. He was inquiring as to what is my duty. Parikshit Maharaj was inquiring from ones who are more experienced, mature, and advanced. We keep inquiring from them. That way we will understand. You getting the point, right? That's the easiest thing
Yeah.
to do. We have some go-to person. We go there and inquire, what is my duty here? And that's what the Shastra is all about. Whether you take Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody is inquiring as to what is my duty right now. Because that kind of, we can call it the clutter, it comes. That's the nature of this material world. Perplexity comes. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita 2.8. Prabhupada writes in the purport, material world awards a person perplexity. And this perplexity pushes one to go to some superior and take shelter and guidance. And what do you do? Sadharma pricha. What am I supposed to do? Inquire. And that inquiry is something which will help you. Is it all right?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So I'm very grateful to each and every one of you who came for this discussion. Thank you all for coming and giving me this opportunity to serve all of you. So, Hare Krishna. Today I'm leaving you all early. Thank you very much. We'll meet again. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samasta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Paramanande Hari Hari Gaur. So tomorrow we'll meet with a new chapter. Hare Krishna. Take care.